Hi, my name is Gabby Garcia and this is my oral presentation. Do you remember the question you would have in first or second grade and you would answer, who do I want to be when I grow up? Well, I'm sure a lot of CAS majors now who were little back then would say, I want to be a teacher with a pencil and apple in their hand. But surprisingly for me, that was not my answer. In fact, I wanted to become a global pop star like Hannah Montana. That kind of explains my imaginative mind and my love for music. No, but my love for teaching happened gradually, and it was my mom who influenced me to become a CAS major. I would always volunteer in my mom's classroom, and she taught for 17 years, from kindergarten to 4th grade ages. I would go into her classroom and my heart would just glow at all the students' faces who would beam across, their smiles would beam across their face, and they would always interrogate me asking, are you Mrs. Garcia's daughter? Or why are you here? You should be in school. And I would just laugh it off, but I should have known that environment was something I wanted to do years later. The best part was when she would read aloud to the class, and she would read books like Charlotte's Web, and they would just be in such awe and would gasp and ooh. And that environment was just was filled with so much warmth and love from her students and herself. It reciprocated back. And I cherished the trips to her classroom. I would go anytime I could. I went during the summer days or on non-student days when I had off and she had school still, so I would always go. My mom being a teacher was familiar in our home, and I didn't appreciate it until she stopped teaching. In fact, one day she said, I don't think I'm gonna go into teaching next year. And I remember at that moment when she stopped teaching and I stopped volunteering, I realized I love working with kids and being in that classroom environment. I always knew working with kids was a dream, but teaching was something that happened for my mom and came from my mom's experiences. So applying for colleges, I remember picking a major and my mom was kind of hesitant. She said, I don't know if you want to go into this field. It can be challenging at times. And I think for me, it was the smiles and the faces of her students, or the daily morning hugs, or her past students who would grow up and revisit her years later as seniors. And that's what made me think that's what I want to do, and that's the environment that I want to create. That will most definitely overcome any of those challenges. I don't want to follow my mom's exact footsteps, and I want to preface by saying that I never felt obligated to do the exact things that she did or to apply for the same schools and all that stuff. But I want her principles and her character to remain the same and to carry on through me, which is truly to just love her students. I do teach music lessons now, and I will say that's kind of been a reflection of what my mom's influence has had currently. I love my students. They tell me about their week and they tell me about what songs they learned throughout the week, or we'll have new drawings that they want to put on the collection in my music studio. For career goals, I hope to get a multiple subject credential and teach elementary school. For personal goals, I hope to teach musical theater productions, like for after-school programs, which kind of ties in with my love for music. But yeah, working with kids has always been a calling. I'm a CAS major now, and it's been so rewarding with so many opportunities to get into the classroom. And responding back to that question, being Hannah Montana versus an elementary school / musical theater teacher is a pretty close second. Thank you so much for listening.